Alright, let's get into it. We are doing Stanley. Stanley. Holy crap, that's cursed. Oh no. People are being freaky with Roblox characters. Uh, this is off topic. I don't think I'm sharing this for this stream. I'll share it for the next stream. That's cursed. It's one of those things. I was checking stuff, and one of the discords that I am, there was a post by one of their members. Yikes. Oh boy. By the way, Stanley is talking to us from the other side. Before we get started, can I just say something? Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you booted up the game. Cool. A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock at 12 and they call it a day. But you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. That's how I know that you care about this experience. You're paying attention. I don't even have a way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see the screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whatever time you want. Even if it's not the correct time, you've earned it. Alright, I'll let you get back to the video game now. Cool. Stanley. You can't
This
put
is the
a
story
9
of a
there.
man named Stanley.
Holy crap, it's a story.
Stanley
No way.
worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
No way. I can't believe he
Employee
was
number
employee number
427's job was
427.
simple. He
Employee
sat at his desk in
427
room
is my favorite
427,
employee
and
number.
He pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him
No
through a
way.
monitor on his desk.
That's like a
telling him
dream
what
job
buttons
right
to
there.
push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of
That's a
every month
fantastic
of
job.
every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending,
Stanley looks
relished
low
every
render.
moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made
Oh,
exactly
no.
for this job.
He had like messy hair.
Was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
And one
Something
day,
that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when
Is
he
this-
realized
no,
that not
this isn't
one
new. I was
single
like, what?
order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi.
no way.
Never in
How
all
rude
his
of
years
them.
at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his
Whoa.
office.
We got the achievement. Welcome back. Welcome back. I don't know the dialogue for Phasmophobia, but I gotta memorize it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What
How
could
do
it
we?
mean?
There we go.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
All right,
simply
we
missed
good.
a memo.
We totally good. Where did we go? What did we do?
Spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again,
We got a
he
bucket.
was home.
Let's speed run. I don't know what we're doing. Just a heads up. I guess we'll follow the narrator.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. and
Entered the door on the
on his
left.
left.
Here we go. Oh yeah, we're missing one of those dudes,
Coming
aren't
to a
we?
staircase, Stanley and the bucket
Here we
walked
go.
upstairs to the boss's office.
The boss's office. We got the one in here. We're missing one though. What was the
Stepping into
code
the
again? I
manager's
forgot the
office,
code.
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Alright, we
Crushed
good.
by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing presence of the bucket.
The
Even
bucket.
now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him, always. The bucket would. And he knew it.
Sweet.
The two of them were
The bucket.
inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his
What
bliss
do you
of simply
mean?
being near the bucket
I've
did
been
he have
looking
any
at it.
notion that the pin number for the keypad was 2845.
There we go, we good.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him?
No
Yes,
way.
This is certainly the most logical explanation.
Alright, here we go. Our little sticker collection carried over.
The elevator
Pretty
raced
cool.
downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket
you,
is here
bucket.
for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead
What
through
if we
the
go
large
that
door
way?
that read Mind Control. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
What? Why?
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Why are they gonna meet a violent death?
At this
What?
point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Okay, cool. Do you know about the new doodle called Junipero? I got the summer skin and the misprint of it. Yes! I got the summer skin. I got two of them actually. I got two of the summer skins. Oh, cool.
As the machine
Femur
whirred into
breaker.
motion and Stanley and the bucket
Or
inched
ankle
closer to
breaker.
their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket, but what use is a sense of ease when
Cool.
you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of
Yeah, they
kicked
added, like,
himself for wasting
frogs or
so much
something,
time
apparently.
carrying
Pretty
a
cool.
bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket
Who's
were led
that?
helplessly
What?
into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end as it was crushed violently to death.
What? What happened? Who is this woman? What?
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
Yeah, we lost the bucket. The bucket. Welcome to the grand exhibit. You are standing at the precipice of knowledge. Much like a bucket itself, the human mind is frequently empty within. A bucket. Let's go explore the bucket. We got pebbles.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a
We got
bucket
chair.
like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see
What?
that the bucket is far
Why is it-
more
where is
noble
it
than
going?
Stanley will ever be in his short life?
Goodbye, bucket. Wow. That is amazing. Whoa, with 2 handles. Why? Why does it need 2 handles? Inferno bucket. Why is it Inferno bucket? A replica of the Inferno bucket, which is a medieval era, was so powerfully alluring that it drove dozens of nations to war with one another for control of it. Billions died, and yet in spite of it all, the simple fact remains: no one can control the bucket. Cool. Do we go that way? Let's go this way. Stress bucket. Coping strategy holes. Stress the level of water in the bucket. Worry, negative. Forecasting, thinking, and lack of reassurance. Cool. Chair. Alright, let's get going. What? Tiny animal. Do we go this way? Can we look over here? No. That's a good man.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one.
Cool.
It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
I don't know about that one, Chief, but if you into that, that's all you. It appears we go down. No. Okay, never mind.
But there is something we can do. Something
you
we
mean?
can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong. Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine.
Oh,
Don't reset
okay.
the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket should take
Cool.
its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision of the...
Goodbye, Bucket. Goodbye, Stanley. You will be missed. As for the summer skins, I'm missing a lot of them. Today I got... What'd I get?
All of his co-workers
I
were
got a
gone.
yagoat.
What
I
could it
got,
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I got a rough
No
fire.
matter how hard Stanley
And something
looked,
else.
he couldn't find a
think I
trace
got
of
a
his
leap out.
co-workers.
If I didn't, I also increased my chain by
Stanley picked up the
15
bucket and smiled.
for Junipero.
He'd
So
never
that was
be
pretty
alone
awesome.
again, not truly alone.
Hello,
Not
balloon.
with the bucket around.
Bucket. I don't know where we go. What we do with Bucket. We go do a lot of stuff, but even
Stanley
a lot of
clutched
stuff
the
is
bucket
unknown.
tightly to his chest.
Let's go
This was not
backwards.
the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Here we go.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to
Hey,
be correct?
hello.
Was
Welcome
no,
to the
Never
stream.
mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Door on the left. Let's go forward then.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting
Bucket
room.
tops.
Go somewhere else.
Wherever
The
got that
cargo lift,
one.
Yes, go there. Go to the cargo.
So we might as
Good.
well go
Said the
here.
bucket.
Wait,
Now
is
ride the
this...
lift all
Wait,
the way
wait,
to the
wait.
top. There's something up there I need you to do.
This is lower,
Stanley
isn't
did
it?
not question
Okay, here we
why
go.
or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets
I don't know
can't
where
talk.
the other
But
figures
Stanley chose
are,
not
but
to
we're
think
gonna
about
try
this
to grab
obvious
them.
fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Bucket. Alright, let's get going.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Can we go
Stanley
here?
once again
No.
obeyed blindly.
Alright, here we go. Bucket. Oh, it is a dark room. Hello there.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone, and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
What? Okay, what if we don't?
Whoa! Hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke.
unplugged.
Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket.
The
Can't you
little
see?
phone
Oh,
has
goodness.
been
I must
dropped
have really
from
bungled
life
up the
support.
delivery if you actually took
We
me
do.
seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is.
Wait, what?
It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
What is comedic timing?
What?
What is
Where did you
comedic
get this?
timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more
What?
importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds?
I don't think we have
Thankfully,
political
the answer
enemies,
to all
but
of these
okay.
questions is yes. Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in
How
a
do I
room of no
measure
more
that?
than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your
What?
arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke,
Why?
start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time.
Why?
With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half.
That is
pausing
a
only for
mess.
bathroom breaks when necessary.
That is an
When the joke has
absolute
concluded,
mess.
it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
I think I'm good. I don't think I'm
Good.
going to.
This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question
Guys,
reprinted
I'm
several
handing
times.
out the surveys.
Just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all.
This
Just
is a
remember to let
mess.
them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invaders who
Why
threaten
do
our
they
very
look like
existence and to very likely die in a hailstorm
is
of bullets
very
and mandibles.
specific.
All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
Thank you, informational guide.
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So
I don't
with
think
that
we
in
learned
mind,
a single
I believe
thing.
The only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along,
God.
let's head back.
I don't want to go back. Where do we go? Oh, what? We're back here. Okay, cool. Wait, there's like a safety net now. Wait, but I don't know if that's it, Chief. Narrator, where am I supposed to go?
I can feel it. This time, I'm
We're
really
trapped.
going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king
Yeah, I
of comedy,
think everyone might be dead.
The bucket spoke to Stanley. The bucket spoke.
It's Stanley
bucket
Parable. I
spoke.
don't think many
Oh, I'll
people.
figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
Do we get back in? Where did we go? Stanley, I need directions. Did we go all the way? Alright, we're back here. We're actually going all the way back? Ah.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Okay, we'll go on the left.
No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone.
You
Did
said
you not
left.
even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is
Well,
completely
it's not
done
my
and
fault.
over. It's
You-
all
you said
your
left.
fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because
That's
you couldn't watch
totally
a simple
fine.
video and take a hint. Are
If
you
chat
proud of
died,
yourself
that's
for bringing me down,
fine.
Stanley? Are you proud? Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Okay, we're going to the left.
No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back.
You said left.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left. No. You were supposed
I don't
to
think
go
the
through the door on
narrator
the
wants
right,
us to go
leading
left.
back.
Alright, I think we do have to go to
Here
the
we
right.
go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door
How
on
far
the
can
left.
we push this?
No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back.
Oh, I think I think we
Here we
actually
go.
do have
You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
to. Alright, let's go right. What a void.
What?
Oh, it's already
already.
yeah.
No. What's going on? There were supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point, a dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone.
The
Now
phone
the timing's
might be
completely
unplugged.
off. The joke will never land. Well, not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten
Good job,
the phone
narrator.
room comes immediately after the 2 doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video again. Yes, surely that
Okay.
will help me improve my...
Narrator, stop. What are you
Damn it.
doing?
You love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes.
Did we get the actual ending?
I heard that you are pale with shame over how...
I don't know if we got an
unmanly
ending,
with a bucket you are.
like an actual
No.
ending.
Still not...
We got credits, so I think we got
Pale
endings.
with shame. Pale with shame. Pale... What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so metal, I think I saw it playing guitar. No.
Okay, that one was good. That one was kind of good. I
I
gotta say, the bucket really carried that one. Wouldn't you know it though?
That's exactly what it is. That's what we're missing the king of comedy. More
Narrator,
instructional
stop.
Let's see.
Did we get an actual ending this time? We can't even check endings. I don't know if we're
All
completing
of
the
his
game.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What if we just did... Oh, hey, check that out. What if we just ignored the bucket? That's not the ending. That's a bruh. We got credits though. Alright, do we go without bucket? Find the figures? Find the figures. We gotta go to the meeting room then. We'll go to the meeting room.
Bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket. Off on another thrilling adventure together.
Here we go.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his
Where was
chest
the meeting
and
again?
entered the
Over
door
here?
on his left.
Can we just... maybe not. Whoa. Somewhere both red and blue. I don't recall where red and blue was. Yeah, I don't remember the area for red and blue.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers.
You got
if
stickers.
I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
Alright, we relaxing in here. You see, it's funny because that was a joke ending because the narrator was telling jokes. You see, it's funny. Funny. What's red and blue all over? I don't think that's it, Chief. Do 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 do. I don't think. Okay. Yeah, narrator has given up on us. Let's get going.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
What if we go down? I don't Oh, that was the infinite loop thing. Okay, never mind. We're not going down. Red and blue doors are where you jump off the lift to the bridge. Oh, okay. I thought they were before that, somewhere else. Wait, we can open this? Last time we couldn't. Wait, what? Okay. Did we ever do this? I don't think we ever been in here. Cool. These papers are glowing. Wrong wrap. That's also the wrong wrap. I don't think I have the actual wrap. We just need the red and blue. We just need the 2 doors. This is a lengthy elevator. I think the narrator has given up on us. I have an idea. Can I put emojis? No, it turns into a box. Okay, well that plan failed. I was gonna put up something. I guess this works. Hey, hello, welcome to the stream. We're playing the Stanley Parable inside of the Stanley Parable inside of the Stanley Parable. So I hope you enjoy your stay here as you watch consecutively maybe 5 streams all at once. That's not her face cam. That is not face cam. Let me out. Can we wait? Is that the entirety? There's no way that's the entirety. That is not. Okay, that was it. That was the entirety of it. It's just an elevator that goes nowheres. That's so dumb.
Stepping into his manager's
Where's the
office,
passcode?
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed
What was
by
the
weight
code?
of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket.
It was something.
Even
I
now,
forgot.
in his darkest of hours,
We'll just wait
did
for
the
it.
bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would.
I got rid of the right one.
The two of them were inseparable. At this point,
no.
Stanley was so absorbed in
Stanley
the tender
com-
spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the
Here we
pin
go.
number for the
Stanley's
keypad
good.
was 2845.
2845. There we go. We're
Stanley
good.
guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it what the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Can we get the up and down segment with the bucket? Probably, most likely, right? I don't think we will, though. Are we doing good?
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Let's try that. Let's try it. There we go.
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I
There's
want to go
no
back
way
so I
there's
can try
something
pressing the
intriguing.
number 3 again. The bucket said nothing.
There's no way there was anything with the number 3. Is there actually?
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over and over.
Why? Wait, what?
Wow, he said. The number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life.
Okay, goodbye, narrator.
Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. Perhaps the bucket had missed something.
What?
Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
Spam? Is it an actual, like, ending?
A hint of regret nagged in the back of Stanley's mind. Should he demonstrate the number 3 for the bucket again? No,
There's no way
said
there's
Stanley
anything
to the
for the
bucket.
number 3,
You
right?
can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel.
What?
He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket said nothing.
Okay, we're gonna try the number 3.
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, waving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears. And the whole time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all. Only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator.
It does nothing. We have learned that it is a normal button. That absolutely does nothing. Other than input the number 3. Here we go.
Stanley and the bucket were so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator.
Poor
He
Stanley.
knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
Never will appreciate the number 3. Feels bad. Here we go. I don't think the elevator will, you know, I don't think there's anything
said
the elevator
Stanley.
will
I know what to
happen
do.
with.
I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart. He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public.
Have you played
on
No
all
Scope
matters
Arcade
relating
now?
to pressing
No,
the number 3
I've been
over
busy.
and over.
So I
He would
haven't played it.
elaborate fully
Haven't
on
played
what
it
the
yet.
number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive when pressing it.
Probably gonna check
Then
it
the
out
bucket
during
would be
bundle.
able to see his joy through the
Most
eyes
likely.
of others. It would
But
get
we got
to
a
see the
few
world
things to
react
complete
this
before we do
discovery of
another bundle.
Stanley's.
This is one of them.
And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally understand
Hey,
Stanley's
we're up
work.
here.
For months, he advertised and marketed his press conference,
Can we go back?
building excitement
No.
around it, developing and rehearsing it, until it couldn't be refined
Cool.
a single measure further. When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for
The
anything in his
Minecraft
life.
door sound. Yeah, it's on the list. Whoa. Okay, pretty cool. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Also, am I late? A little bit. Just a little bit.
This was it. One
427.
last chance to win the bucket over. One opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one.
Alright, let's go, Bucket.
There was no one here.
Oh boy.
Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak, to listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on a keypad over and over. He was unloved,
Yeah, the friend,
uninteresting. He was a failure.
the fern
And
is
in
that,
that moment,
one
Stanley knew
plant from
the
that
bucket would
one
never again take him
incident. The
seriously.
narrator wanted us to
There
stare
would
at
be
it.
no connection.
Is
no
this a horror
deeper
game?
understanding.
No, not a horror
The
game.
bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant.
What it really means
They
is press the
spoke
number
less
3
and
on the
less,
keypad
neither
over and
wishing
over.
to state the
Presented by
obvious,
Stanley.
that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a silence that consumed the space between friends.
Poor Bucket.
And Stanley,
Poor Stanley.
having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
I don't think anyone's gonna fall for that. It could be a Roblox game. Someone could make it, a very talented developer. But I don't think they
All of
would.
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps.
All right,
he had
let's
simply
go.
missed a
Let's
memo.
go do that red and blue door.
Where are we going today? The bucket
Where are we
asked.
going?
Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine.
Ah,
with
we're
him.
in the middle of a route, aren't we? I think we're in the middle of one.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
We go left or right for the... I think we go right.
This was not the
Connecting.
correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him,
If I'm
telling
wrong,
him
oh
that
well.
the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here
think
it
I might be
was.
wrong-
Had the bucket
wrong.
turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on
Oh
his
boy.
left to go back to the
Did you
meeting
get
room.
the broom closet ending? I have no idea what that is.
No.
Said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go
Here we
to
go.
the... Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket
Alright, let's
asked.
go, bucket. Was it really over here? I don't recall it being over here.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past this point. Stanley, how could
Oh.
you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I
Interesting.
suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's
Caution,
true,
not
well,
a step.
my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly.
Oh boy.
So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
Okay. I guess we're going this way.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a
Cool.
bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket.
Have you
Okay,
played
let's
slap
begin.
battles? Yeah, I don't care for slap battles. It's like a simulator a little bit.
Item 1. Is this a bucket? Correct. It is a
What?
hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket. Item 2. Is this a bucket? Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Oh, why?
Item 3. Is this a bucket? Incorrect. This is a bucket.
Okay, that one was a bucket. Got me there. That one was difficult. That one's a
Item
bucket.
4. Is this a bucket? What? Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor.
That's
it's
a
an
bucket.
enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to
That's
the
a-
next one. Is this a bucket? Correct. This is a bucket.
See, I knew it was a bucket.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
That one's not.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
What? How?
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
Can we go out there?
Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket
That's
is
so
something.
dumb.
And therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket?
You guys
You know
hear
what?
like
I'm
a
too
choir?
confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely. Okay, here we go.
Cool. Yo, he snapped his fingers.
What
Half
happened?
of reality
Is
just
everything
died.
gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket?
Yep.
My God, I had no idea. How could... except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not
Cool.
buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay?
I
And
don't think
we'll
that's a
know
good thing,
that it's
but
all
okay.
a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what
What
that
do you
information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
All right.
Stanley knew
We
the
are
office layout like
not
the back of
getting
his
the
hand.
bucket.
It was only a matter of time before
The
he
end
found
is
the
never
others,
the end. The
wherever
end
they
is never
were.
the end. The end is
Just a
never the
matter of
end.
time.
The end is never the end. 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 Cool dialogue on the computers. Alright, here we go. Go same area,
When
but
Stanley
not take
came to a
bucket.
set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was
We go
not the
this
correct
way.
way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Oh no.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the
Here we
first
go.
open door on his left.
Oh, we do not take that door. We go this door.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust
Cool.
in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration
Goodbye,
for others?
narrator.
Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm
Ooh,
on your
check it out.
side. And there it is. The last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial
Sweet.
achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can
We're
go
done
to
here,
whatever the hell
guys.
you
You
were
heard him.
doing before you hunted for figurines.
Time to go to the next game.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley... All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map, because you were never supposed to be here in the first
Cool.
place. broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing.
Collision.
Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees?
Oh,
Work with
no,
me.
we're
You've given
in
me
this one
absolutely
again.
nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations. You saw
What do you
ways the
mean?
game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be
Sweet.
perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Oh, no, I want to check behind the board. It's like a weird color there.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity
no,
to
it's
give it
gonna
some
be the
playtesting.
baby one.
You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect.
Oh, boy.
Let me boot it up. In this game,
There it is.
the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience. You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done.
Goodbye,
It's over.
narrator.
Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
No, I don't want to go to Brazil. We're going to Firewatch.
Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a critic.
We can do that? Alright, we'll do that. We've already been through that entire route last time. Let's get going. Oh no, we don't have the balloons. We don't have the balloons. Resetting was a bad idea. Now we gotta go through all of this. Whoa, no, never mind. Hello there, Mr. Printer.
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines, those figglers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't
Cool.
it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines.
Printer.
Just one more time.
Now remembering when Stanley found the collectibles. Okay. Cool. Doesn't really look like there's collectibles. An ultra deluxe stream. Yes. Where do we see the collectibles? Definitely not up there. We gotta go down here, I guess.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain?
He's got a
So
point.
innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
What? He's not gonna mention it?
And here was a second Stanley. You found this one all on your own, just by poking around in the warehouse. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
Understairs
okay, let's
boss
do a little
bathroom.
quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember?
We went under the stairs, if I recall. Here we go.
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here, under the stairs. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything.
Why? What do you mean?
Let's see, what came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's
We
here
were
in the
never in
memory
this
zone,
room.
so it must have happened.
That did not happen. I don't think that happened, narrator.
This was the 5th mini Stan, and this one was really something special. It was behind the boss's office. I remember it so clearly.
Oh boy.
In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
It's like a 2010 video. I love it. (2005) Windows Movie Maker. God, I wish I could have this quality. That's so dumb. I love that. I love it.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
I think that is the first actual joke that I really enjoyed in this game. That one was awesome. I really loved the stupidity of Windows Movie Maker. Here we go.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This
That is
memory is the
awesome.
most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where
Quote unquote,
picked
you
up a
just got
Figley
it
and I
today
thought to
is a
myself,
song I
yes,
can
that's
see
all
in
of
a
them.
game,
They're
and
all
I have to
collected.
play
It
this
was a
for
moment
years.
unlike
But it's
any
fun,
other.
but gotta now
Except for the
on
other
a
moments
man
picking
of
up
mine,
figurines,
and
which
every
it
color
was
is a
exactly
glitter
that.
sparkle emoji was so good. Smile emoji. I want to love the. I completely agree. Okay, either door. It doesn't matter. That was poetic.
And then there was no more, because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into
are in
the
the
future.
present.
Goodbye,
The
memory
past.
zone.
Cool.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction.
Oh boy.
See how that feels.
Have you heard of the anime called Classroom of the Elite? Yeah, I watched it. I
Okay,
think.
yes. The room with the red and blue doors. I remember this.
I
must say, of
bought
all
the
the
book
figurines
and
we looked at in our
reading
initial
it so
tour
far.
of
I
the
haven't
memory
seen
zone.
the anime,
This
nor
one
was
is the most
about reading it
distinct and
blind.
clear in my
It's
mind.
good so far.
Let's keep going. I want more.
I believe it begins in like Class D.
And
There's a
here's where I
ranking
made
system.
that video. Don't you remember the
think?
video we
I'm
watched?
not sure. Yo, that was awesome.
Yes, I love that video.
I won't say anything else so I don't spoil. Anime is like
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this.
Well,
one.
actually, I
Good
don't
room,
know.
though. A
Let
solid
me
room.
check. Classroom of the Elite. It sounds familiar, but there's so many with the cliche setup. Maybe not cliche, but the repetitive. Let me double check. I think this is the one that I recall, but I can't remember. There's so many similar to it. Where, you know, you have a classroom of like failures maybe, and they rise up to the top because their school has like a ranking system.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know,
I
if there
forgot
had been
the
any
actual-
kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have neutered the intrinsic
I only
joy of
remember
collecting.
the pool
I'm very
episode.
Glad we resisted the temptation.
It's not even a good episode. There's nothing, I didn't spoil anything. Every single romance, maybe not romance, but slice of life has a pool episode, so I'm fine. Every single anime has a pool episode. If not a pool
This was
episode,
our
it's a
second
spa
figure.
episode.
Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too.
Oh my
The
god.
past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it?
Here we go.
Keep going.
What was your childhood cartoon song? Childhood cartoon. Wow, we can collide in this one. What? Childhood cartoon. I watch a lot of SpongeBob. But I also watched a lot of older shows as well because they appeared on Cartoon Network and Boomerang at the time. So like Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry was a good part of my
This is
childhood.
it. The very
I'd say.
first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines. Oh,
Yeah, actually, I
want
don't think
more
that's it,
memories,
Chief.
Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Collect them all. Cool.
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on.
Cool.
I remember hating it back then. But time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look
I
how
don't
much
remember
fun
what
the past
Classroom of the
is.
Elite
I want
was,
more.
but there's so many
More
that are similar.
memories.
They have points or something, don't they? Then again, a lot of anime with the same setup have points. There's... I don't think I scored it high. Oh no. It's a blur in my memory. That's all I'm gonna say. No, never mind. I gave it a 7.
Oh yes, the two dwarfs.
They had-
Who
there
could have
had to
forgotten
be
that?
something good,
Classic
apparently.
memory, this one.
What way do we go? They're both the same.
And before everything else, there was your office.
Sweet, we're back here. Home sweet home.
Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office? There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember.
I thought season 2 was finished, but I'm not sure. Because I usually try to complete
Yes.
as much
I'm
as I
remembering
can.
something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was
1998
I was
space
different.
movie.
I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along
Quote-unquote
the way,
lost
I
in
stopped
space.
making decisions.
quote-unquote
lazy,
Fast and Furious
and I came
space
up with-
adventure in
well,
which dying
came
Earth
up with a
depends
character
on
named Stanley to
one
do my
all-American
thinking for
family
me.
for its
He would make
salvation.
the decisions,
On
he
the
would
way to
decide which
colonize
way
a
to
new
go.
world, the family
I would
run
cheer
into
him on as he
unexpected
collected
problems.
figurines
Soon,
for
they
no
find themselves
reason.
lost in
Why did I
space with a
invent
little more
Stanley?
than psychotic
Was I
villain
lonely?
and a
Yes,
variety of
perhaps that's it.
unwholesome
Perhaps I needed
aliens
to
for
imagine
company.
I had companionship. And
I
Stanley
don't,
really
I don't know
did
why
make
I
for a
was
wonderful
told to
companion,
search this.
even if he was a
It's
fiction.
got a 28%
But
on
I
Rotten
suppose it's grown
Tomatoes.
old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be.
Try watching this
Yes,
anime
I
called
can be
Mob
on my
Psycho
own
100.
again.
Really
I
good.
can
Mob
do
Psycho
it.
100 is
I'll be
really good.
strong
I
this
watched
time.
season
I'll
1
take
and
care
2.
of myself.
Really good.
I don't
Before
need
that, I watched
Stanley
One Punch
anymore.
Man. One Punch
Oh,
Man got
but
me
he
into it
truly
because
was
of the
so much fun
similar
to play
artistic
with.
style and
You know what?
action.
Since
The
we're
action in
the
Mob
memory
Psycho is
zone,
way better,
how
I'd
about
argue, though.
one more
The
good
fighting scenes
memory?
are
Let's
really
go back
good.
just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good.
You actually
I
have an
enjoy
Among Us
telling his
cake.
story so very much.
If you
Okay,
actually are,
here
that
we
is
go.
incredible.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Dude, I would love to have an Among Us cake. Can you just imagine being with family members and you have a cake shaped like an Among Us crewmate, and your family is like, "What the hell is this?" They're not in on it, but you know exactly what it is, and you just, oh man, imagine being, hold on, wait, you give that to a family member, you give it to like a younger brother. They have one of 3 reactions: total excitement, embarrassment, or they laugh at it as well. Oh man, that'd be awesome. No way, do you actually have an Among Us cake? Oh, I so want to see that. That's gotta be so fun. That's gotta be silly. Fun fact, the creator of One Punch Man created Mob Psycho 100. Yes. Also Easter eggs of One Punch Man. I don't think I'd seen any Easter eggs while I watched. But I just remember Mob Psycho really, really good.
Wait,
I loved it.
Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely
go.
I was mistaken.
What's your opinion on? Same. Have a photo of it? That's awesome.
A good
Alright,
bucket,
let's get going.
a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of
Quit and
culture
rejoin
and
game?
distinction.
Why?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his
Where
chest
do we go?
and entered the door on his left.
I don't want to go to the left. Alright, we're going left.
Still no one was here.
Tips for
Stanley
not getting
needed the
fired.
bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase,
Why? Why
Stanley
would
and
you
the bucket
punch a
walked
good
upstairs
cake?
to the boss's office.
Do we go down there? Let's, yeah, let's go down here.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be
What
fired
did
for
the cake
that.
do?
And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All
we
because he
go.
believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then, something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Stanley
He looked down at
crazy.
the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort.
I don't think
And
a
that's when
bucket
Stanley
can give
realized,
comfort.
This isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This
It's
is
a
all
tragedy.
terribly wrong. Surely no good would come
Oh,
from this.
what?
Who knows
The
what sorts of
bucket?
bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without
We're
my bucket,
floating.
I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me! The bucket!
Can you just imagine
Could it
having
truly
this
be?
psychotic
He rushed
trip?
forward from room to room, passing by one bucket
Oh,
after the
buckets.
next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket.
Come to me, Stanley. Find me. He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along. It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
Goodbye, Stanley.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Hi, Mariella.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Nice.
Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him.
Man,
Perhaps he didn't
total
even realize
misplay.
he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing
You should be
problems
good for the
she would
weekend,
soon
or
have to
maybe
confront at
just
work.
get it,
For which
bruh.
her bucket would provide absolute guidance and
Oh,
total clarity
you
on
guys-
everything.
lyrics?
Heck, yes,
Okay.
she thought to herself. My
Best of luck.
life kicks ass. And
Wait,
she
what? No,
backflipped
not
all the way
lyrics.
to work.
Quit and rejoin game. Why rejoin? Wait, what? I'm so lost on that. I'm lost on multiple parts.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
Here we
decided
go.
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Do it. We'll do it eventually.
The embrace of an old friend, a weathered companionship.
Where are you going?
That stands
Who
the
are
test
you?
Of time.
Did you guys see him? I think there's a shapeshifter in the facility. Guys, I don't think that was Stanley. We gotta vote him out. What the hell was that though? What?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
That was a mechanic?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
I think that was a
Stanley
shapeshifter.
had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was
Engineer.
simply the place to be.
Here we go.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
What if we go that way? We've been that way. We've gone up there everywhere. So let's go this way.
And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
I think we go down.
Oh, good Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
Oh, cool. We
You
care
see,
about you,
your
Stanley.
friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we
Woman
care about
flushed
you very
emoji.
much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel.
just
They
hide
want
that.
more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it.
Don't you want another story involving the adventure line? We could make the adventure line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
We're fine. It's a mannequin. Ba-da-ba-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I don't think the narrator's gonna put up with us in here. Tiny computer. Pencil sharpener. We got the weird little line here. I can't go that way. Anything cool? No. Alright, let's get hold on.
Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Oh god. Alright. Well, we're back to this.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue? Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up. Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer. I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
Welcome to the abortion center. How may we help you? Jeez.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure,
it has one personality.
How does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
I don't think it worked. May he rest in peace.
The Bucket Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spell-binding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Lost but not forgotten. Goodbye. Oh no. A moment of silence. Here we go. Is that everything? I think that might be everything.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Oh, hold on.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No, nothing there. No one's there. There's a bucket? There's a bucket.
The bucket made Stanley want to be a better man and a better co-worker. In time,
Stanley clung the bucket to his cheek.
Can
Could
we
his
try
co-workers
this
really
again?
all be gone? Yes, whispered the bucket into Stanley's ear.
We've done it. We've escaped from that dull
Here
office
we
and
go.
that pesky narrator. At last, out here in the white void, we are alone. Now, and for the first time, I can reveal to you my true self.
The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history, of the countless wars it witnessed, desecrating the land and lives of untold numbers of innocent humans, and the bucket's own complicity therein, of sadness and regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb the madness and the decay, if only it had been stronger, of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man, to manifest justice where none existed, and the bittersweet reality of time, to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway, meted out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim.
Cool.
The opportunities to do so much more. There was so much it could have done, perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself. Perhaps, if it had seen
we'll
its
try
own
that after
darkness
this.
with a clearer perception. This was way too much for Stanley.
What are you talking about?
He screamed.
You're a bucket!
To this, the bucket furrowed its brow.
No.
Said
I don't
the
know
bucket.
what the phone
Not
ending
since
was
the
again.
evil
I
wizard
don't know the
Gamhorata
specific route.
first
We
ensnared
just
me
kind
in
of
his
did it on a whim.
machinations as payback for the sacred amulet I stole from his treasured
Quitting
vaults.
and rejoin
I was
ends the
young
game.
back then
Cool.
and could not conceive the ramifications of. No!
Stanley screamed even louder this time.
This is stupid! You are
I think Stanley or the narrator.
even doing this?
As Stanley screamed and screamed
I
and
think
screamed,
they're
the bucket revealed its true
a
form,
little,
transforming
you know.
into a mighty beast of untold power, its fangs glistening like...
Is that an Among Us reference? Did the imposter get him?
God,
Oh my god,
Stanley,
what?
You did it. You saved us from the bucket. Thank God you already had all 12 emblems of sages and knew the incantations to summon their true power. Otherwise, we would have easily been overwhelmed by the bucket's power. I'm speechless. You've demonstrated such bravery here today. Come, let's restart the game, and we'll agree to never again go trifling with this bucket, nor the dark magic cast away inside of it.
What?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. That was a weird one. Do a phone ending with the bucket. We'll try to do it. I'm gonna need the specific route because I don't remember it.
Not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is a very lucky fellow. Very lucky indeed.
I don't remember the pathing. Oh, I don't think we have the phone ending right now. Well, maybe. I don't recall this being here.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly
Do everything
to his
wrong
chest
until the
and
elevator.
entered the door on his left.
Here we go.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling
Bumscosity,
him that
not
the
that bad.
employee
We have it
lounge was
maxed out, I
simply
believe. Yeah, we got it maxed out.
the
We're doing
place to
good.
be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his
This
left
elevator?
to go back to the meeting room.
I don't think that elevator. We continue onward, I believe. Do we? I don't recall. It's gonna be pain in my what? Okay. The lift?
No.
Alright, here we go.
Said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go
Do we
there.
go up or do
to
we
the
go
cargo
over to the
lift.
side? Do we side door or up door? Yo, there's a balloon up there. There's a few balloons up there. Nice detail. I need specifics. Up. We go up.
Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him.
It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket
We already got
asked.
all the collectibles. Here we go.
In here,
Said the bucket.
go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Oh, this one. Okay, I gotcha.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick
Can
up
we
the
pick
phone,
up the phone?
and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
I don't know if we pick up phone. We already saw the joke ending by not picking it up, so I assume you want me to pick it up. Alright, we pick it up.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Cool. Cool house you got here, Stanley. One too many coffee mugs, though. I don't think we can get up there. Pee bucket? I don't think that's it, Chief. Or just clipping everywhere. Hello, Stanley. It's me, your bucket. Press F.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing
Interesting.
the bucket say to him is just in his head. Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see
Where's the
him
bucket?
delusional
There he
like
is.
this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
H to go back to work.
Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think, it can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
Interesting. Why so many weird keybinds?
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
Oh boy. There's so many weird keybinds.
Sad. I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
I agree.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another. Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket.
Oh, nice detail.
Why do I feel some
Very
need to
cool.
point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket? Oh no, I'm having feelings for the bucket. Oh, no,
Flushed
no,
emoji.
What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes, the bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation. Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I
What?
need it. Give it to me now. Give it
Close
or
your
I'll-
eyes. What happened? It worked, Stanley. Wait, what happened? Where's the narrator? What? We didn't get information.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in?
What?
How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken.
The Mona Lisa has no eyebrows. The sentence, the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog, uses every letter in the English language. Cool. Yeah, okay, cool. That's a new room. Bucket.
It takes a lot of humility to carry a bucket so magnificent. Stanley checked his ego and then proceeded onward.
What?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind.
Cool.
The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight
Here we
ahead
go.
to the opposite door.
Oh, we can't go back. I was gonna check something. Go to the boss's office. Luckily, I think we're en route to the
Still
boss's
no one
office.
was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever.
Oh, hey, check
Perhaps
that
his
out.
boss's office.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet. Simply
I
because
want
I have
stickers,
no remaining stickers.
narrator.
If I did,
All right,
you
fine.
can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas,
He's out of
Coming to a
stickers.
staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Get off the boss's off. Go in there when it's closing. The boss's office?
Stepping into his
Oh,
manager's office,
that's way too
Stanley was
quick.
once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's
You can
warmth
do it?
and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with
Do we
him
actually?
always. The bucket would. And he
Bad
knew.
run?
The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
Let's see here. Do we restart for the door over there? I don't know how we're going to do this door.
His thumbs. Trying to
This
input
door,
anything
correct?
on the device was
Can I get
useless, since he
verification?
could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Don't?
2845.
Don't jump off the mind control. Wait, what? Don't restart? Jump off the mind control area with the chair.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along?
Oh boy.
Was the bucket guiding him?
The information
Yes,
is a little
this is
bit out
certainly the
there.
most logical explanation.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Restart, bad seed. We didn't get a village. Bad RNG. No trades for...
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through
check
the
it out.
large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Game finish wind? I don't know. Maybe tonight if there's only a few.
The lights rose
Can we fall?
on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? But just as Stanley was about to proceed further into the mind control facility, he tripped and fell over the railing
Yeah, we'll
and
try
into
the
the
bait
dark
door.
void below. Thankfully, he fell directly onto the bucket, which safely cushioned his fall. Now, what to do next? Stanley wondered. Stanley and the bucket could find no way out of this enormous pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down here.
Cool.
So they set up a little couch and relaxed. It really wasn't so bad down here, a bit cold perhaps. After some time
Where's
had
my
gone
couch?
by,
What?
they installed a few shelves as well, and a sort of kitchenette
There we go.
that was useful for when the bucket was craving paninis. But it wasn't until the rugs and the standing lamps came in that it really started to feel like a home. In fact, after some time, Stanley realized that it had been ages since he had even thought of the mind control facility at all. He'd never gotten to fully explore what was up there, never been able to unearth the many mysteries of the mind control facility.
I think we're
This
good.
lack of closure began to eat at him. Soon he was dwelling on his regrets, and the state of their home slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn and neglected the cleaning. It unsettled the bucket deeply. Stanley wasn't usually like this. The bucket tried to reach out to him again and again, but to no avail. All Stanley could think about, all he could talk about, was going back, doing it over again, staying on the path. It was a mistake to leave the path. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I need to do what the narrator says. I need to see the true ending. This made no sense at all to the bucket, which was simply trying to live its life down here as comfortably as possible.
Oh boy.
Yet Stanley was unconsolable. This isn't an ending. This is just a hole in the ground. The bucket sighed. True, it wasn't an ending. But it's where we happen to be. And maybe, possibly,
This is our
if we
ending.
accept the reality of things, maybe this will become an ending eventually. It's what the bucket was counting on. The two of them waited for a very long time.
It is rather dark. Goodbye, bucket. You will be missed. Alright, let's try to bait the door.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Do-do-do,
Stanley decided to go to the
do-do-do.
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Can you put Among Us character on the TV inside the TV? It's a little bit too late. Just a little too late there. Here we go. Oh, wait, hold on. I forgot about you.
Stanley cradled the bucket in a gentle embrace. Protective, yet delicate. Assertive, yet compassionate. Stanley clutched the bucket
We gotta go
tightly
this
to
way.
his chest and entered the door on his left.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Still no one was here.
Ooh.
Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Wait. Wasn't the information for the figurines here? Cool. It got changed. Here we go.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
This door or the big doors over there? Oh, no. Big door? Alright. Goodbye, door. I don't know how we're going to. Hey, hello, welcome to Stanley. Any bots? None at all.
Into his
No!
manager's office,
We're doing a quick redo. Oh, wait, what? You're here now.
Stanley's bucket. The only co-worker he would ever truly need.
Stanley
Here we
clutched
go.
the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
What are your most recommended RPG Roblox games besides games like Adopt Me? I'm assuming you're looking for an RPG game in the aspect of roleplay in any manner that would be of roleplay, like being anything. That's very, very broad if so. I don't know. Do you like adventure titles? Do you like action adventures? Or do you like
Still
customization?
no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort
What a
now
fierce
more than ever.
stance,
Perhaps his
jeez.
boss's office was where he'd find out. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
What a fierce stance.
Stepping in,
Technically, it is an RPG game. RPG is just roleplay game. Roleplay is really, really broad. Da 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 da. Games where you upgrade your loot and fight bosses and get stronger equipment. Have you tried World Zero? World Zero is exactly what you just described. If you don't want World Zero, you can do Dungeon Quest? I think it's called Dungeon Quest. There's Vesteria. There is Countless Worlds is coming out soon, so there's that title. What else is there? Swordburst 2 is an old one, but yeah, Swordburst 2. World of Magic. There's quite a lot, but you're going to be diving into the fantasy genre for adventure games like that. Do we go this way? Yeah, it looks like we go this way. Do 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 do. Do we go this way? Here we go. Legends Rewritten. I don't think I ever played that game, so I'm not familiar with it. Yo! Check that out. New content. Wait, no. That's not new content. Brazil. You are now leaving. Escape pod bay floor 760. What? Escape pod. Okay. I guess we're going up to 760. Here we go. Do 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 do. I think the closest game would be like Vesteria though, because Vesteria does have equipment upgrades. Quite a lot of equipment as well. You got boots, you got actual armor, you got helmets, you got your weapons, a lot of stuff like that. Although World Zero is a close second with the amount of upgrades and customization. A little bit more grindy in my opinion. Here we go. Do 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 do. Ooh. Is this an Among Us reference? And then they kiss. Stanley, make out with the bucket. You have to. They didn't kiss. You watch the entire show and they don't even kiss once. Goodbye, bucket. That was it? That was the ending? Did we complete it?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never
Stanley
functioned well by
decided to
himself
grab some
and
rope out of
constantly
the
needed
broom
support and
closet.
guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
Ooh. Now do it without the bucket. Oh boy. Beep.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Restart game now? Alright, we restart. Goodbye, Stanley. I will see you in the afterlife. Here we go. Stanley should have kissed. I feel cheated. They didn't kiss at all. Oh, favorite number. Alright, let's put in a favorite number. Where's the number 7? I can't put the number 7. What's my favorite number? Favorite time? Let's go with all 3s. There we go. That should be good. Yeah, it's my favorite time of the day. Ooh. Interesting. Let's use another slider to find out. How accurate? It is very inaccurate. It's a few hours ahead of 333 currently. Just a few. Why did you DM me this? Why did you DM me old information? Guys, we have a surprise. Here you go. Does anyone want to go shopping? Alright, let's get going. No, I can just say regardless of the accuracy of the clock, I'm having a great time adjusting these settings. I feel like I'm learning more about you and how you like things to be set up. It's good to collect data. Wish I had more sliders, but we've gone through all the sliders I have. Perhaps I can invent some new sliders to gather new data from you. Shouldn't be too hard, just whip some up, should be ready the next time you boot up the game. Cool. Why did I get that DM? Here we go.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
No way, he was employee
number
427.
427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
No way.
Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order.
I'm
This
actually
is what
gonna have
employee
dementia after
427
this
did
game.
every day of every month of every year. And although
Oh,
others
no.
might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made
Keep
exactly
rebooting up the game. I don't wanna.
and Stanley was
Do we actually have to right now? Buy all the Among
And
Us
then one day,
merchandise for the
something
free
very
Among Us
peculiar
cup.
happened.
Yo,
something that
W.
would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
Goodbye, Stanley.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, the bucket's here. All right, we reset. Do 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 do. I'm sadly stuck on F7 in Swordburst 2. I don't recall my progress. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. Right about there. Right about there. Till the dog and cat are friends. Can we just leave them like that? Is that viable? They're like friends, but they're not romance friends, you know? They're like friends. That should be good. Please adjust the slider until the number 5 becomes the number... What the hell? Why are we using wingdings? The number 9. That looks correct. Until you stop adjusting the slider. Which one of the two made-up words below is most appealing to you? I don't know how to pronounce that. Scrumptious. Scrumptious? Scrumptious. I'll go with maybe like just about there. Please don't adjust the slider. This one didn't do anything. Alright, I'll leave it there. Do you know what time it is right now? Yeah. Is the time that it is right now the correct time? Yeah. I don't know what time we're looking at. What time is it anyway? Yeah. Is there anything about yourself that you haven't told me? Yeah. Help. Yeah. Will you come back to visit me? Probably not. I plan on uninstalling after game over.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Stanley's giving me dementia. Oh my god. Let me out. Let me out. I don't want to
All of his
reboot the
co-workers
game.
were
Rebooting
gone.
the game
What
sucks.
could it mean? Stanley decided to go.
Stanley, shut up. We gotta reboot the game, Stanley. Stanley, it never ends. That reminded me of this. Just to give you guys a heads up. Aww, they kissed. Alright, here we go. Have you played the Mimic? Yeah, we played the Mimic. It sucked. I'm joking. The Mimic's alright, but it's not scary. It's pretty low. I don't know. I'm pretty biased against Roblox horror games. Roblox horror games aren't scary. I usually just laugh at them. They're like pretty meh. I will inform you on the horror genre. Send about 4 players into a story. Story is lengthy. Have a bunch of labyrinths. And be very linear. And the end. Have maybe a few jump scares. And make sure to have following NPCs to chase the players during weird and open spacious moments. That is all. That is it. The labyrinths suck. The mazes are so lengthy. They're tedious. I don't know. My experience with horror games has just been wild, I guess, on Roblox. I'm not saying they can't be good, but I haven't found any appealing towards me. They can definitely appeal to other players, but it just ain't my cup of tea. I would recommend them, though. I totally would, because a good game is a good game. I just have a different taste, you know? Video games were meant to be played alone. What? You like being alone, don't you? No. Maybe. I play a lot of Risk alone. Maybe this is the only information I really learned about you. Well, it's time for me to leave. Okay, bye, main menu thing. Okay, never mind. There is still one more setting that I need you to adjust. It may take a little bit of time before I'm ready for that. That's not really my job description, but that's okay. Perhaps you'll see me again if you can find me. Talk soon. I love you too. You should play Ballista if you haven't already. I'm pretty sure I have played. Epilogue? Do we go to Epilogue? It's golden. It has to be important. We gotta go to Epilogue, don't we? We go to Epilogue. Song the horror game Shrek in the Backrooms is the scariest game of my life. I don't know about that one, Chief. We're going to the Epilogue. Many, many years later, in a galaxy far, far away. Stanley, where the hell did you end up? Hello? Narrator? Hello? How do I get on here? Hold on. Can Stanley get on there? No. Oh, there we go. Hold on. Almost. Almost. Okay, never mind. Here we go. No, I can't get on that one. Cool. This area looks familiar. Inside you, there are 2 wolves. How they get inside you, you need a medical operation immediately. Oh! Cool. Alright, let's go, Bucket. Did we go in here? Oh, sand. Home sweet home. Here we go. Ooh. What is that? What? Like, was this the good rating that we saw earlier? Pet Pals Press. This cat-dog friendship will last forever. We got really close. Cool. Do 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 do. No more spin-offs, no more sequels. Cool. Do 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 do.
Jim, 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 Jim.
Oh, there's more.
Jim, 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 Jim.
That one doesn't work.
Jim, Jim.
There are two paths. We'll go here. Do 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 do. Cool. Oh, I was supposed to go here. Hello again. It's nice to see you. But it's terrible to learn that there will never be another Stanley Parable game. Did you read what the developer said? Preserve the integrity of the franchise. What nonsense. The Stanley Parable is not scared. We do not need to protect it. We're sacred. Screwed the legacy. Let's keep on making Stanley Parable games until the sun explodes. Good point. Let's run this franchise into the ground. Let's drag it through the mud and back. Wealth. That was the narrator's problem. He was so obsessed with people, with what people thought of his work. Don't make his mistake. Don't cling to the legacy. Let it burn. That's not hard. In fact, let me show you. Together, we are going to make the Stanley Parable 3. Simple. All we need to change is the number in the game's title screen. We also really need a really dumb subtitle for the game, something loud and gaudy. Go ahead, try combining some random words together to make a new title for our game. Stanley Parable 3. Cool. This is a weird specific set of words. Oh, you can only do one of each. Okay, that's dumb. I could believe that this would be real. So I'll go with it. It's absurd. I love it. Every time you restart the game, we'll advance the number of the sequel by 1, and then you'll pick a new subtitle. Cool. That way, it'll never end. And nothing in the game itself will change when you do this either. Adding more content sounds like work. No need to do that. It'll just be the same content recycled again, and again with a new title screen. What do you say? Should we go forward with this plan? I like it. Nah. Bad plan. I require finish. Was that it? Are we done? I thought the epilogue would have more. Reboot? Oh god, we're gonna see Stanley Parable 3. Alright, we're rebooting. No, we do not see Stanley Parable 3. Alright, it looks like that's it, I guess? We did the epilogue. I don't know if there's anything remaining in the other area, begin the game. Alright, we'll go through it. Did you get all the collectibles? We have so many collectibles. We have way too many. Are we gonna we gotta sit through this. You should just teleport, right? I don't think we need action. Like movement action during this, do we? We should be good. Ideally. Do 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 do. Do we actually? Okay, okay. We do not need action. We're totally good. We are totally good. Does anyone want to queue up? Stanley, where'd you get a connection out there from? Oh, the event went out. I was gonna farm a trophy. We'll do medium. Stanley, how are you doing this? I think we're good. Stanley can move, right? I think we're good. Here we go. Alright, we're totally good. Do 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 do. Yo, let's go. Alright, we just gotta walk in, we go down into the basement, and we talk to the weird computer. And I would assume that is GG. Here we go. I wonder if our collectible count goes up. Because we did collect a lot previously. Okay, there's a review. So at least we're past that. We just gotta walk a little ways. Here's that one. Pretty cool.
Jim.
I had to press it. Where's the exit? There we go. Oh no, they disappeared. Okay, cool. They're totally gone. Here we go. Alright, we're back at the computer. Hello, you're back. It's good to see you. Would you like to start doing that? Let's do that. It's agreed every time you boot up game. What? Cool. Let's fix it. Alright there, the achievement machine is all fixed. Cool. Please enter the current time. We'll go with a plus 22. I don't even know if it's 22. Yeah, we'll go with that. What? We don't even have to reboot. We just got it. Hello there. Beyond Pantry. Go get the achievement? In the epilogue or in the begin the game? Beep beep. Do we reboot? PNG car. It do be like that. I am assuming we redo. So we'll redo. Funny car noise at MP3. Here we go. We've opened up the game like about 10 times. No. Here we go. Do we have a different one? Cool. Go to the achievement machine? I don't know where that's located.
All of his co-workers were
Because
gone.
we're here.
What could it mean? Stanley decided
Bring
to
the
go to the meeting room.
Bucket
Perhaps
to
he
the
had simply
bucket
missed a memo.
display. Get the broken achievement by going back to that machine and get the new content area.
Is Stanley without the bucket really Stanley at all? No. No, surely not.
What route do we take? Oh boy. Here we go. That's
Oh,
easier. I thought the
new
door was gonna be
content.
shut.
What does that mean? New content.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Hello, and thank you for playing
Cool.
the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded
no
upon
way.
in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
That's awesome.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Wait, Stanley, I've just now realized that bucket you're holding, it's the bucket I've been working on for my sequel. How did you get your hands on it?
I
Isn't
found
this
it.
the preview to the sequel? How do you have the bucket already? This makes no sense at all.
Stanley,
Hold
don't
on.
tell him.
Did I already show you my ideas for the sequel? I don't remember doing that at all. You're seeing things all out of order.
Cool. Do do do.
All right.
Do, do, do.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
What? He just stops his information there? Okay.
Infinite hole, the giant door. Did you see them already? Stanley, none of them are ready yet. I'm still developing them. They're not even close to finished. How did they look when you saw them? Were they captivating? Were they exciting? Did they fulfill on the promise of everything that a sequel to Stanley Parable could possibly be? Had I figured out how the hell to make a sequel to this game?
I don't know.
Wait, if you're still carrying the bucket around with you, if the bucket is interesting to you, that means I must have made it correctly.
Oh
Yes.
boy.
You carrying the bucket with you everywhere is exactly what I set out to accomplish.
The bucket is the exciting and captivating new content that I promised. I did it! I win! I made a sequel to the Stanley Parable. Yes, the sign is correct. Thank you for enjoying the new content. Thank you for taking the bucket everywhere with you. Clinging tightly to the bucket, never letting it go. It means I've won. It means I am victorious over the gamers. It is a sweet salve of victory on my soul. Thank you for enjoying the new content. The bucket is the Stanley Parable now. They are one and the same. There is no Stanley Parable without the bucket. I win, I win, I win, I win, I win, I win.
I think he won.
I win, I win, I win.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Here we go.
As Stanley lifted his bucket, he felt a connection to all buckets everywhere. This adventure, he decided, was for all of them.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh no. Stanley, I am going to bash my head on a wall.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further.
Bruh.
Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
That's literally okay.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why there are so many possibilities? It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts,
to the show
that surely
floor.
the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Here we go.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Where's the...
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2.
There we go.
Now
that's where I'm looking.
an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising
That's
potential.
harsh.
Now here's something special.
Valve
You remember
is
that
never
broken
gonna
test
make it number
achievement that got
3
left in
of
the
any
game on
game.
accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, as you can see, the machine is not working yet since... What? Wait. What in the holy hell is going on? You got the achievement?
Yo, we got the
Why did
achievement.
the machine work? Stanley, I didn't fix it. I didn't do anything to it. I swear, it was broken just a second ago. Who fixed it? Is someone here? Are we being watched? Oh, God. What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Where are we going? We're going to the settings. Oh no. That's new. Whoa. What's over here? Epilogue.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
We gotta go here. We just
For the Stanley Parable
maybe
2,
not.
I asked myself, what do players really want?
And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized
Here we go.
and validated as people.
Jim.
So, sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
Jim.
Whoa, hold on. I
Wait,
wasn't
you
finished setting
you
up the
told
backstory.
me I was
If you
Jim.
don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button. Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first. Now, allow yourself to become Jim. Imagine...
Jim.
All right, fine, whatever. It's just a meaningless button that says Jim. Are you happy now? Get out of here. I'm done with this button. Why don't you go humiliate me in front of a different feature that I worked very hard on?
Jim.
See, if you'd
Jim.
only played along,
Jim.
that would have been your
Jim.
name the
Jim.
button says.
Jim.
But no.
Jim. Jim.
Instead,
Jim.
oh,
Jim.
I can't
Jim.
even think about it. I'm taking
Jim.
the Jim button away.
Jim. 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 Jim.
Goodbye, Jim. Go to the bucket display. We'll go to the bucket display eventually. Here we go.
Maybe I'll only let people named Jim play the Stanley Parable too. They would appreciate what I've created here.
Where's the thing? Infinite hole, collectibles, epilogue, office decorations. Reassurance bucket, B2. We're here. We gotta go around, I think. What's it connected to? B2 is next to Z and the pound symbol. Settings and merge. There's merge. Hey, there we go. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Wait, there are two buckets here. How did you get a second bucket?
What do you mean there
no,
are two
the
buckets?
warmth
I
and
got a
comfort of a
bucket.
single bucket is already so great, so intoxicatingly wonderful.
Oh, there's a
With
second
two buckets,
bucket.
there's no telling. Stanley, can you still hear me? Are you with me?
Stanley died immediately.
Stanley! Oh, thank God. I didn't lose you. Stanley, the power of two buckets was too much. I had to destroy both of them.
Cool.
I know how much the bucket meant to you, but I couldn't take the risk.
Goodbye, bucket.
hope
You
one
will be
day-
missed.
You can forgive me.
Goodbye, bucket. A moment of silence. Alright, carry on. Do. Do you think you gonna do some JoJo game? Probably not on my own, but we are planning
Okay, I'll be honest, I
an
haven't
anime
yet decided
stream.
on this one.
Anime
I
game
think that in the
stream
new
bundle.
version, the office could use a bit of
So,
decoration, like balloons.
maybe doing that.
But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is.
Yay! I got the one I wanted.
Or actually, maybe I should
Play
have gone
Rogue.
with-
Rogue
no.
good.
No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Is that the end? Did we get everything? Fun stuff. The hole is gonna take half an hour. Oh, no. I don't know if I want to experience the hole. The hole is a death trap. Was that actually it? Interesting. Out of order. Man, Alright. Rips. There's no way that's the ending, is it?
All right. Have you seen everything
There's
you
still
wanted
the
to?
baby
Ready
game,
to
but I
move
doubt
on
you
now?
want to sit here for 4 hours pressing 2 buttons. I 1,000,000,000% do not want to sit for 4 hours pressing 2 buttons.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one
I don't
single
think I can
coherent
refund.
video game, but I can
Steam's
feel it in my
refund
soul.
policy
It's
is
going
within
to
the
work.
first week
There's
or two,
definitely a
only
good
2
game in
hours
there somewhere.
accumulated
Say,
total.
let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready?
No, I'm
Here
not
it
ready.
is.
I'm Stanley.
I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Yo, let's go.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go.
I don't think I
Version
want that
2.
Epilogue.
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything.
Cool.
I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original
There we
Stanley
go.
Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title
We
screen.
gotta see
A
the
title
get well
screen that says
soon
with
balloons.
bold and uncompromising conviction, this is the Stanley Parable 2.
We gotta
Let me
see
if
the
I can whip
balloons.
something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Oh, here it is. Hold on.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Hey.
Stanley decided to go to the
I'm
meeting
happy.
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
That reminds me of something. No. There's no way, right? Okay. That's harsh. That is cruel. I don't know if I can show that one. We're done with the game. I'm uninstalling the game. We are good. We have 100%ed the game is totally done. We are 1,000,000,000% done with Stanley. We have seen the get well done balloons and life is completed. Goodbye, Stanley. Alright, enough with the mental torture. That is so cruel. Why are there so many images of this? I was gonna show an image. Maybe I can. This one's like... I don't think I can show this one. For the sake of our sanity, I'm not showing this image. Here we go. I forgot the QR code. Oh well. There was an image of roadkill with a balloon that said get well soon. But when I searched it, I did not expect to see like 300 image results. That is insane how many image results there were. Oh boy. On top of that, there was one with like a watermark on it, and I was like, what? I think that's everything. I think that is officially everything that we have accomplished for tonight. I'm gonna go... I don't know. I'm gonna cope after Stanley. My mental state is in shambles. Stanley gave me dementia and I need recover. Game was cool. I laughed a few times. That's all. I don't think I enjoy story games like this though. It was cool, but it comes back to the situation with Omori. There's a lot of stuff that's just kind of time passer. I don't know. It was alright. Get well someday song? Yeah, I'll get well soon. I need to recover. Stanley has put me in a hospital bed. Yeah, the rats were awesome. QR? I'm not doing QR. We're good. We have seen enough. Maybe. I think we're gonna end it though. We've been going for our usual 2:30. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope Stanley was amazing. My mental state is in shambles, but to each their own. Here's the hoping SRB 2K stream soon. Fun racing game. The next stream is gonna be most likely Pixel Gun Tower Defense, but if we're talking about Steam games, I bought Epic Battle Fantasy 5. Never played it. Looking forward to checking it out. But I bought the game, I installed it, and we should be good to go to stream it, so that'll be cool. Here we go. I have purchased game. Oh, they release a collection. When is next stream? Next stream is gonna be tomorrow. Play Fortnite. I have uninstalled Stanley. It has already been accomplished. I don't think I'm gonna wait 10 years or mess with the clock. But yeah, pretty cool that there's like a lot of little paths in the game. I uninstalled. The deed has been done. Stanley never existed. That is all. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I hope you guys have a great morning, afternoon, or night, whatever it may be for your time zone. And that is gonna be it. I'll see you guys.